Now a swing, and he pops him up. This is right out in front of the mound. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
Up next for the Tigers.
Into the box, Victor Reyes. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. A good action on the two-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Hey, back when I first broke into the big leagues, a lot of the pitchers wanted to work east to west. Now, with such an uptick in velocity, these guys are working north-south. That's just a great elevated fastball with serious velocity on it.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Gardner is there. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. Top to bottom, he said his guys have been picking on the right pitches to swing at, and they've done a nice job of using the whole field. He said that always seems to be a recipe for success, and their 7 extra base hits in this one are evidence that it has been.
All right, thanks, Heidi.
There's another line drive leadoff single right now. I mean, they've had an unbelievable scouting report on these pitchers today. They are finding barrels. They are not trying to do too much. Guys are staying in a big part of the field and hitting everything on the screws.
Reyes moves over. 1 down.
Now batting.
Ready for another shot now. Didi Gregorius. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Here's the 2-1. On a line, that's a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The center fielder.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Giancarlo Stanton comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. And he struck him out. So striding in, Brett Gardner, who came across to score after doubling in his last at-bat.
Yeah, it's been an offensive explosion for him today.
Bullet to second base, a fine play, and that ends the inning. Yanks strand a pair, but they hold a 9-0 lead. Welcome back to the Bronx as we check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Tigers manager Ron Gardenhire during the break about the team's offensive performance so far. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
Thank you, Heidi. So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Number 50 goes down for the first out in the 5th inning. Outside, 2-1. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I mean, the obvious key right now is the movement on his two-seamer. He's able to spot it up in when he has to, and he's able to go backdoor.
And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
Now batting. The second
so striding forward now, Nico Goodrum. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Tigers. They're down 9-0. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. Weak grounder down the line at third, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Again, another foul ball. The next 1-2 pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Stewart is there. He's got it one away.
Now batting, first baseman, Luke Boyd.
Digging in to try it again, Luke Voigt. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center, and a dive, but it rattles in and out of the glove. The relay not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Now batting, catcher Gary.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Gary Sanchez. 2 home runs in 2 at-bats so far, and looking to add to that here. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so
now
a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Into the box now, Gio Urshela lifted in the air to center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. The Yanks leave 1. But they'll live with it as they hold a 9-0 lead. Next up for Detroit, Kristen Stewart. First time up, he went down looking.
Yeah, Matty, and he was locked up by a good fastball for strike 3 last time. I'm interested to see if they attack him the same way. Come at him with hard velo late, or snap something off in the dirt to see if he'll fish.
Their count now at 2-2. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game.
He's just ringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
Into the box, Ronnie Rodriguez. And this is strike 3 called. Make it 5 straight punch-outs. 2 away now.
Man, he is looking flat out unhittable on the mound right now. That's 5 straight punch-outs. I love it, but I think he might want to get his defense involved at some point so they don't fall asleep.
Ball even at 2-2. Fouled away. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. And he fouls this one off. The 2-2 one more time. Lifted in the air out to center field. Stanton has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down. So back to the top of the Yankee order. Digging in, DJ LeMahieu. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. In the air out to right. Waiting on it, the right fielder. And that's the first out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 99.
Aaron Judge will stand in again as we flash you back to the early stages of this ball game. There were fans still finding their seats as he launched his second home run of the game as he was off to a fast start indeed. Now a drive by Judge. Deep left field. Into the second deck and gone.
Well, in hockey, they call it a hat trick. Hitting 3 home runs in one outing is a heck of a lot harder and a lot more rare. He's having an afternoon he'll never forget.
In now, Didi Gregorius. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll be off the wall in right center. The throw into second. And he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now that had to feel good because it was one of those that you don't even feel the ball hit your bat. Show track tells us he blasted it out there at 115 miles an hour. So yeah, he squared it up about as good as you can.
Stepping in now, Giancarlo Stanton. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
Hey, from a pitcher's standpoint, sometimes the greatest pitch is the slider that backs up. He got away with that one, but he wants that thing to bury down the way.
And it's fouled away. The 1-2. Hit hard to third. Throw in time at first for out number 2. At the plate, Brett Gardner hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, pretty unlucky right there, Matty. Squared up a fastball nicely, and that's all you can do. You just want to be on time for the heater, and he's prepared for this next AB.
Throw to second, but he's in there as a run will score on the play as well.
Now batting,
so much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
Standing in now, Torres. And it's 1-2.
Well, this season is off to a rough start for him, and I think the worst part is when you're getting your hat handed to you early this season, you look up and you see your ERA in the double digits. It takes a long time to get an ERA to come down when you're only pitching it.
And the run is in to score from second. The relay throw. And he's back into second here safely. Well, he thought about going for third, and now that runner's in no man's land out there. And his game of hide and seek ends. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Harold Castro. 0 for 2 for him to this point. High in the air out to center field. Stanton has a read on it. 1 out.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, Victor Reyes. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. This one's flared off to the right side. LeMahieu onto the grass, and that's a base hit. So the perfect game bid ends in the 7th. They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game, so the no-hit bid will end right here.
Yeah, Matty B, and this is when you start thinking about that no-no. You get into the 7th inning, D-Row. As a pitcher, you start looking ahead to what might happen.
And that donut stares at you from an offensive standpoint as well. This guy's had his A game. You can't deny the fact that he's pitched a heck of a game, but from an offensive standpoint, you never stop grinding to get a crooked number up on that board.
Reyes is off at first with 2 away. And he's going to add to the total. 14 punch-outs now. Blaine Hardy enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is.
Number 36.
Settling in now, Luke Voigt. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Skied into straightaway right. Right fielder has a beat on it. And that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the catcher.
Standing in, Gary Sanchez. He went down on strikes last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Here's another 2-2. This is line to left. A dive, but it's off his glove.
Dan, right here you see a situation where no doubles defense comes back to bite you. As a pitcher, are you even aware when guys are playing a foot off the track?
I'll be honest with you, D-Row. You're so concerned about on the mound trying to get that white ball to that dark brown or black glove that I never really ever played.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. Yanks held in check, but they lead it by a count of 12-0. Digging into the batter's box next is John Hicks. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
in the air out to straightaway left. Gardner's after it, but he won't get to it, and this should put a man in scoring position to start the inning. And he will pull into second with a leadoff double here to start the 8th.
Well, the pitcher can't really worry about that one. I mean, it was only their second hit of the game, so he's doing a lot of things right. Let's see if he can leave him out there now.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
That swing had one purpose, and that was to put the ball over the wall. I guess he doesn't have much to lose with his team down this many at this point in the game.
And that's going to fall for a base hit. The runner scores from second.
Hey, a little better late than never.
Behind in this one, but at least they're not getting shut out.
Yeah, you're going to see this offensive team fight to the bitter end. As long as there are outs out there, they're going to grind it out and see if they can get back in this one.
3-1 to him now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Got him. And that's the third time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
He's really racked up the strikeouts in this one. And this guy's been victimized 3 times already today. He and this lineup are clearly having a really tough time picking him up.
Into the box now, Ronnie Rodriguez. Swing and a liner. Foul. The 1-2. Popped him up. Sanchez has a play. And he brings it in on the warning track. Stepping in, Grayson Greenier. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. And he struck him out. 16. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, DJ LeMahieu. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
There's a hard-hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
In now, Aaron Judge. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
It's so important, Mark, to start to make quality pitches, and if you don't, this is what can happen.
And this ball is crushed deep down the right field line, but it bends just foul. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Speedy swings and belts a ball to right field. This is carrying well. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead. And he's safe.
Sometimes it's hard to explain when a game is this lopsided. A lot of things just kind of snowball on you. One thing leads to another, a big hit, which leads to another, some bad defense, some shoddy pitching. Next thing you know, you look up and you're on the wrong side of a whole lot of badness.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. Judge at third. Gregorius stands at second. No outs. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll hit off the wall in left center. To second now, but he's safe as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
Not every day that you see a ball come off the bat like that one did, and looking at it again on show track, we see it a lot faster than it came in. 113 miles an hour. Couldn't have hit that one much better than that.
Into the box, Brett Gardner, and that's in there. Base hit. And they'll put the brakes on at third. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Boy, that line drive was a blur off the bat, which means it's definitely worth looking at on show track. And how about this for an exit velocity? 116 miles an hour. That's right up there with the fastest we've seen.
He's able to take the ball the other way here. High and deep to right center. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Just an absolute laser that time. Screaming off the bat, if you will. And show track tells us it went out at 112 miles an hour. Those are the line drives you can hear as they go by.
A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. This is in the air to left field. Stewart is there, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now batting.
At the plate, Gary Sanchez. Already a pair of long balls on his line in this one, so we'll see what else he has in store here. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Stewart is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, Gio.
That'll bring in Giovanni Urshela. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. Line drive to left. Stewart there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. 9th inning coming up. The Yankees are out in front, 16-1. So back to the top of the Detroit lineup, digging in, Harold Castro. And Dan, he and his fellow top of the order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
No, your 1, 2, 3 guys are the ones you look to generate a lot of action. They just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens.
As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
Definitely, Matt. He's been throwing it by guys the entire game, but that leads to some high pitch counts, and that's the case here. After that hit, you have